Hello, my name is Jill M. Jackson. I am a psychic channel, a medium, a spiritual teacher, and a published author. And this is my July 2024 predictions and energy update. This is going to be an interesting month for sure. And I have some interesting information to share with you as well. It was a little bit challenging for me to get clarity on how much to share because I do not want to ever cause any type of fear in the work that I do. But at the same time, I feel like psychics who do receive prophetic messages um, are meant most of the time to share those messages with others. I do believe it's a gift. And before I forget, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and also follow me on jillimjackson.com. I have a free monthly newsletter. Um, Before I dive into the predictions for July, I wanted to let everybody know that we just returned from our Stonehenge and Glastonbury full moon Wisdom of the Heart retreat, and I'm still integrating all of the unbelievable synchronicities and experiences that we all shared together on this spiritual journey. We do have a few spots left for our Sedona 2024 retreat that's coming up in September. I'll put a link below. Be sure to check that out as well. So let's dive right into the predictions for July. The first one that I want to talk about is, and before I talk about the prediction, let me explain an experience that I had while I was in England. And I have had some strange experiences in my life going back to childhood, but this one is right up there with strange occurrences happening. So I am in Cornwall, England. That's on the coast of the southern coast of England. And I am asleep in a hotel room. It's the middle of the night. And I didn't have any stressful thing on my mind. So this was not preloaded or anything like that. We were in a beautiful sacred place, having amazing experiences, sacred experiences, otherworldly experiences. So I really am paying attention to this because of that reason. I wasn't even asking for predictions or anything like that. So what happened next was I'm in a deep sleep and I felt as if I was being pulled by a magnet into a tunnel. It did not feel like a near death experience, like I did not have an awareness that I was transitioning, but I knew that I was being taken to another dimension, if you will. Pulled is a better word. And again, the best way I can describe it is it felt like a magnet pulling me to another dimension. I have no memory or recollection of what happened next until I was standing on the side of my bed in an energy dome. And so it was a dome of energy surrounding me. And I didn't know where I was. I was very disoriented. And I start trying to talk, and I call out to my husband, D. Francis, and I said, "Are you here? I don't know where I am." And he says, "What are you doing standing on the side of the bed?" And I said, "I'm in a dome of energy and I can't penetrate it." And he said, the more he talked, the more I had a knowing that I could penetrate through that dome of energy. So I finally was able to penetrate through this dome of energy. I got back in bed but I still was not fully in my physical body. I'm going to say at this point, I was probably half in and half out. I asked him to get me a piece of dark chocolate so that I could try to ground myself back in my body. And in that moment, that's when the downloads started coming in. Before I talk about the downloads that came in, let me just also say that right here, there was an indentation. When I got up the next morning, between my ear and my eye, there was a slight indentation. My feeling is that I had received some downloads and something that will make it much easier for the information to funnel through as needed to help guide us with what's coming in the future, because there's a lot of changes coming in. I was probably not back fully in my physical body until the afternoon of the next day. It was a very strange occurrence. So now let me talk about the downloads that came in. The first thing that came in, my guides said, Red Dawn, look it up. They said, Red Dawn, look it up. It's important. There's clues. I had never heard of that before. Well, let me back up. I did hear that from my guides probably last month. I may have even talked about it, but I forgot to look it up before to see what it was. So I still did not have an awareness of what Red Dawn represented. And then I heard war is coming to your soil, and this is the United States. I was in England at the time, but they said war is coming to the soil of the United States. It's either Russia, China, or the UN, or a combination of all. And the grid will be going down in certain places, not everywhere. So that was interesting to me as well. I was told to prepare, and I was told to let people know that this is an extreme possibility. It does feel like World War III has already started in a lot of ways, energetically, but I was downloaded information that World War III starts ramping up very, very soon. Timing is difficult. It felt like before September or October, it felt like in the next few months. Now, I was also shown a type of terrorist attack or attack on the United States as well. And this felt in the next couple of months, it felt like July was a possibility. So what I want to say, though, is I truly believe that we as humanity have the potential to shift these timelines. And I feel like that's why I was given this information. Because if we work together to co-create a timeline where this does not occur, then I believe that we have the potential to do this. So I'm sharing this vision and this download and this prophecy with you, not to cause fear, but to create an awareness that the time is now for light workers to co-create a timeline of the new earth where we can navigate through our lens of the fifth dimension and the sixth dimension to create timelines of peace. Now, I do feel that it's important for us, though, to be prepared. I mean, nothing bad can come from preparing with food and water, and especially food and supplies for our pets. I feel like that's just the responsible thing to do if the grid is down for a few days or a few weeks. We just have no way of knowing. So that's one prediction that I wanted to talk about. So when I got back after the retreat, I Googled Red Dawn, um, and I was really shocked. It was a movie from 1986. The premise of the movie was Russia attacking us in Colorado was where it took place. So that to me was even more of a validation of what my guides were trying to warn us about these potentials. Okay. The other thing is, I do feel like there's a potential for a banking collapse. If you do have a lot of cash in the bank, you may want to get some of it out and put it in a safe. I do feel very unstable around some of our major banks. So be aware of that as well. I keep hearing the word cyclone again. I feel like there's cyclones. Yeah, I feel a lot of wind activity, and I keep hearing to prepare for cyclones, and in places that are not used to having cyclones. The election, uh, insanity, chaos. I am still getting information that mine and Mystic D. Francis's prediction around change coming at the last minute is still happening. I do feel like there's going to be a lot more chaos coming, especially after what people witnessed in the debates. So just try to stay centered and balanced. I do feel like Biden is going to be replaced. I do feel like we're going to hear about some health challenges that he's having. So I don't feel that he is still on the ballot in November. And I feel issues around Trump as well. I feel more legal things coming for Trump. So it feels like right now, it feels like that's our only two choices with the way the Electoral College is set up. But I I am still seeing change coming, like rapid change out of the blue, out of nowhere. And I feel like that's going to be over the late summer months, August, September, October timeline is when this feels like that this occurs. What else? Let me look at my notes. Yeah, okay. So what I channeled earlier today is a lot of polarity. So we have a lot of radical energy taking place from the radical left and the radical right, just extremists. And I feel that there's going to be a lot of revolts coming, a lot of people expressing their anger in not so peaceful ways. So I see that on one hand, but I also see a lot of people waking up to their potential as well. I feel like that those of us who are here in service are going to be able to help a lot of people over the next few months when there's so much chaos going on. So if you are a healer, a psychic, a medium, a channel, keep doing your work, keep showing up, keep shining your light. The other really cool thing that I channeled about is how star seeds are have an opportunity now to recognize the role that we play in the creation of the new earth, the destruction of the old earth, the dismantling of the old earth, and the creation of the new earth. So it's really important to get to know yourself, know what role you do play, and don't judge it. Be okay with whatever inspiration you receive, because some people are meant to publicly speak out about the changes that are needed. Some people are meant to peacefully protest, and some people are meant to quietly hold space and to shine their light. Know that this is an important part of the mission of the star seeds, holding light and emanating and rippling that light out from your auric field creates change as well. Just know that to be true. All right. I did also hear there was a potential for a gas or fuel shortage. So be aware of that. See a lot of flooding coming and continuing. So join me in holding space that we can co-create a reality in a world where we are able to shift some of this from coming into existence. Please give me your comments below if you've received any predictions or insights. I would love to hear you share those as well. It brings me a lot of joy when people comment. And then also be sure to join me at jillimjackson.com. I'm teaching a class in Lilydale at the end of August. Be sure to check that out as well on my website. And I have classes that help you tune into your own intuition. If you go to my website, you just go to Learn with Jill and you'll be able to check them out as well. And check out our High Vibe Tribe. We are such a growing community of star seeds and light workers. We have live events every month. I interview guest spiritual teachers. I do live channeling events and live mediumship galleries. And then we have Mystic Musings, which we discuss spiritual topics. Stay safe, everyone. Remember to keep your vibration high. Remember that we have this. The light always wins. Much love and many blessings. Namaste.